And welcome back to the Hermitcraft FTB server. Today is not going exactly quite the way I had planned. You see here, I've got sort of a prototype layout involving managers with chests and barrels, and pneumatic tubes and so on. You see, I had come up with a system that I think will work pretty good for the sorting system and being able to not only sort things into barrels and chests and so on down below, but also being able to, by means of the managers, ensure that there are certain amounts of certain materials available up here in the work area at all times. So if I take, like for example, if I take a stack of iron out of a chest, the managers will automatically see to it that that stack of iron is replaced, and so on. And the same for a wide variety of other materials, because managers, I have found, are quite powerful sorting systems, capable of quite a lot. And I even figured out how to use them with barrels, because a barrel only inputs from the top but it only outputs from the bottom. Then what you need is a manager on bottom and another one on top. And what I was going to do was to get busy putting together a whole lot of managers and a whole lot of barrels, and basically rework the storage and sorting system that I have down below to use all of that. You know, the model of efficiency thing and all that. But then again, I had earlier today, I got this crazy idea. I was going to make, well, kind of an ultimate gold farm. See, I cooked up some soul shards, and I went into the Nether with one, my trusty wand of lightning, and a pretty doggone good enchanted sword with Soul Stealer 5 and Vorpal and a few other things on it. It was really good, and of course all the quantum armor and the advanced electric jetpack and so on. And I went hunting zombie pigmen, and I had about 60 or 70 kills on the shard when, well, it was my own fault. I got careless. I had blocked myself into an area where there was a lot of zombie pigmen around in the surrounding area. And I went ahead and I took a shot at one with the lightning wand, and that brought them all coming. But what I had not realized was that I had, in my little blocked up area here, see, I had blocked the area like this and so on, and there was walls up here, and you can see the fault in this thing that I had here. The opening was 2 blocks tall. The zombie pigmen came through it. 4 of them came through. And I'll give myself credit for one thing, in that I did take out 3 of them and severely damaged the 4th. But it wasn't enough. That 4th one took me out. And as after I got back here, I made up another jetpack real quick, the cheap kind, and I went flying off that way and heading towards the death point waypoint to try and get my stuff back. I figured all I wanted to do there was to just get in there, get my stuff, and get out of there. And I got about halfway there, and one of those stinking, nasty, vile fire bats came up and blew up in my face. And so I find myself back here. Now, this particular mini-map is different when it comes to waypoints. Yes, it will show you a waypoint for your latest death, but only for your latest death. If you die on the way to a death point, it's wiped. And so, and given that this was in the Nether, and you know how the Nether looks the same no matter where you go, it's netherrack lava and slow sand and zombie pigmens and gas and all the rest of that crap. But unless you're in a particular area of the Nether a lot, you don't really have an easy time telling one place apart from another. And so, after a little bit of additional trying, I decided to just go ahead and cut my losses. I figure all the important stuff that I was carrying was in the ender pouches here. And that means that it's really stored in these ender chests and so on. So I didn't lose any of that. What I did lose was my advanced electric jetpack, a wand of lightning, that really good sword, and the quantum suit armor I was wearing at the time. So I came back here and I remade the quantum suit, and I remade the advanced electric jetpack, and I made more wand of lightning too. As a matter of fact, I made 4 of them. And I decided that I need to get a little revenge here. I want to get a little revenge on the zombie pigmen. I want the heads up on the wall, kind of like this here. There's 3 of them right there. But, do that. I want the quantum suit expanded to its best capability, to its best potential. That means the Gravichestplate. This is one expensive bugger to make. There's so many of these parts require iridium plates. These superconductors all require 2 iridium plates in a recipe that makes 3 superconductor covers, and you need to make that twice for every superconductor. No, you get 3 superconductors for it. Okay, but still. And so many things using it. It's all over the place. It is one very expensive recipe. I went so far as to look it up, and starting from scratch, this thing is going to need 150 redstone, 21 diamonds, 234 iron, 828 tin, 641 copper, 132 glass, 8 gold, 314 rubber, 12 silver, 336 UU matter, 96 coal, and 108 bronze. And I'm not entirely sure if that's 100% accurate. That's a list of needed ingredients that I found online. I'm not quite 100% sure that that's accurate, but I'm working on it. I have got the ingredients here. I'm going to start up making a whole royal crap ton of advanced alloys. This will get me 3 stacks of them, I do believe. Or more, I don't know anymore. But it'll get me a bunch of them. And it'll take a while to cook in there. And then, of course, they'll all have to go over here to the compressor and be compressed. So, then while that's cooking, I've already gone ahead and I've made up the lap pack. And I've got most of the recipe in place to make the ultimate lap pack, which is the power source for this thing. And the thing that goes right here in the recipe for the ultimate lap pack is a superconductor. And here is the recipe for the superconductor covers, which is, you need 2 of these for each superconductor, and some gold and glass fiber cable. And I did a little bit of figuring it out, and I figure I'm going to need 18 of this recipe. So 18 times 3 carbon plate, 18 times 4 advanced alloy, and a grand total of 36 iridium plates. And so I went downstairs to the matter fabricator, and I got out all of the UU matter that I have. So let's see how much I can get here. just over 2 stacks of iridium ore. Now to make iridium ore into plate, let me guess. Well, there was a reason I was making more of these plates, these advanced alloys. Yeah. Okay, to make that into iridium plate, basically the iridium ore all needs to go into the compressor to become ingots, and then you put ingots like this with iridium plate, 4 of them around here, and in here, diamond dust. And that means putting a whole mess of diamonds in the pulverizer. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start this by getting the iridium compressing. The rolling machine is busy cooking up the mixed metal ingots. That's going to take a while. And so, I'm going to go ahead and wait this out, sleep through the night, get some daylight on those solar panels. And I'm going to check in when all of that stuff is done and I'm ready to start taking the next step in this process. Alright, the iridium ingots are all ready and the advanced alloy is ready. So for the next step here, we get this stuff. Let's see, I need to divide this up into 4s. So I'm going to put in 32 at a time here. And, oh yeah, there you go. Alright, we've got 2 stacks here, so and 32 diamonds to get put into the pulverizer. I'll tell you what, that feels a little bit wrong somehow, putting 32 diamonds in a pulverizer, but I guess that's what you do. And now this is going to take a while, so I'll be back in a bit. Okay, got 36 iridium alloy ingots. Now to head down here. And do some implosion compressing. And I'm going to need more of this industrial TNT. Get all of these things compressed. And then we'll see about the next step. Alright, that's got me 36 iridium plates and just over 2 stacks of dark ashes to go with the dark ashes that I had from previous runs. I'm just going to throw it there. If anybody has any idea what dark ashes is good for, I'd appreciate it if you'd let me know. Because I'm starting to think I'm going to end up accumulating a lot of the stuff. Okay, now, for here, nope, not that. Gravichestplate. We need the ultimate lap pack, and for that we need superconductor. We need superconductor covers. We need 6 of them, and this will make 3. So go ahead and make 3, and I should have put all of these in there. There's 6. Alright, now for the rest of the superconductor, we need some glass fiber and some gold. Alright. Stack of gold. I have a little bit of glass fiber. I know I'm going to end up making more, but we'll get there. Gold and superconductor covers is 3 superconductors, one of which goes right in there to make the ultimate lap pack. And that's pretty cool. Its capacity is like, what is that, 10 million EU? Alright, now we need 4 more superconductors for this part of it. So let's go ahead and get them. Making a few at a time here to try to not oops myself and make too many at once. Well, okay. That's some of it. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. The quantum armor goes there. Ultimate lap pack here. And then an HV transformer. And most impressively, 2 gravitation engines. So there's 2 more superconductors. The cooling thing, 60k coolant cells, and 60k coolant cells, which is a pair of 30k with tin and dense copper plate, which is pretty much 8 copper compressed. Okay. Another iridium plate. So 60k coolant cells. Alright, we need 2 of these cooling cores per engine. So I need to make 4 cooling cores. So I need 8 60k coolant cells to start with. So 30k coolant cell is 10k coolant cells 3 times with 10. Alright, that's gonna be a whole royal buttload of tin, I already know. Alright. I'm going to start with that. And I'll be back when I'm ready to actually do something besides fill cells. Okay, I've got my coolant cells. And I checked, and I'm going to need 48 of these 10k coolant cells. And of course, they don't stack. So it's going to take me a bit to get these put together. Let's see. These guys, this thing, 60k. I need to make all these 30k coolant cells, which is 10 with those. Okay. Actually, why am I doing it that way? I wish you could shift click things into an inventory like that, but it isn't going to happen. So I'll be back when I have them all made. Alrighty, I've got my 30k coolant cells together. Let's see, in the corners like so. Oh, wait a minute. Whoops, wait just a minute. 60Ks to make the 30Ks like that with tin and the dense copper plate in the middle. And I have a bunch of copper in the compressor right now, becoming dense copper plate. 8 copper ingots a shot. And of course, coolant cells don't stack of any variety, so that makes it more of a fun job. That's not enough, but it'll do to start with. There's more going. Alright. Alright, there is my 8 60K coolant cells. And now, let's see, advanced heat exchanger. Regular heat exchangers, which is just electronic circuit, more dense copper plate, more tin. Let's see, how many of those do I need? I need 2 there. So I need 4 high capacity heat. Oh, there's more dense copper plating and reactor plating, which is advanced alloy and dense copper. Oh boy. Alright, so I'm going to get working on the rest of this stuff, and I'll come back when I'm actually ready to make 4 of these cooling cores. Alright, it's been quite a while, but I've been a little busy here. I've gotten, well, I cooked up 3 more stacks of advanced alloy, and I also cooked up a full stack of dense copper plate, and these guys go with the reactor plating to make the heat capacity reactor plating. And now let's get the next step here. Alright, we actually get to start putting this thing together. We got these guys here, what don't stack. Those guys. And let's see, oh yes, the coolant cells, which I stuck up here because they don't stack and they were clogging my inventory. They go in the corners. I really wish you could shift click into the crafting grid itself, but I suppose that would be ridiculous. Cooling core. Another cooling core. We'll pop these things down here. And that's 1 of 2 gravitation engines. I still have to make 2 more cooling cores. In the meanwhile, while I was doing all of that, or waiting on a lot of that stuff to process, let's see, not there, not there. I was getting that set up. I got 3 HV transformers built. 1 for each of the gravitation engines, and 1 that goes here in the chest plate itself. And now I'm going to take some unspecified amount of time and get the other gravitation engine finished. Alright, I'm back, and it's been not quite another half an hour or so, and finally I have 2 gravitation engines. And these are the last 2 components to add. So we pop them in here, and we have the Gravichestplate. Now, I'm going to head up topside to an MFSU and get these things charged. I expect that'll probably take a while too. Nothing with this thing goes quickly. And I can understand why it'd take a while. It holds 10 million EU. So I'll be back when we're ready. Okay, that took less time than I thought it would. In less than a minute, charging in an MFSU. 10 million EU. Of course, that was a fully charged MFSU. So we'll remove the jetpack, put the Gravichestplate on. All right. Double tap space to fly. Let go and stay put, just like creative mode flying. Absolutely cool. And it has the advantage of the armor capability of the quantum suit, as well as all that power for flying, and actually keeping tools charged as well too. Given how expensive the thing is to make, it should wash the dishes and take out the garbage as well. But from what I understand, a person should be just about invulnerable while wearing this thing, as long as it's charged. And so I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to grab another soul shard, and I am going after some zombie pigmen. Nothing like a little bit of revenge early in the morning. Well, oh, what do we have here? We have a zombie out here someplace. I gotta get used to that double tap thing. Oh, you bugger. Okay. Note to self. I need to rework that bit of landscape around there so that creepers can't just handily walk up on top of the building and explode. Okay. Well, I'll get that fixed. It won't be too big of a deal. He didn't destroy any hardware, just some wall and some glass. Alright, not a problem. Speaking of glass, by the way, Hypno told me about something that turns out to be pretty cool. This stuff right here. It's called Glass Viewer in NEI. And you can see side-by-side comparison here how much better it looks than glass, how much easier it is to see through. Here's another comparison right here. We've got some here and some right there. And looking down there, Glass Viewer, so much better to deal with. So, and the way to make that, 8 glass around a piece of iron. And you get this. And from what I recall, yeah, when you break it with a pick, it doesn't shatter. So you actually get it back without having to worry about silk touch. Not bad. Alright, I'm going to hunt down this zombie, take care of him, get the wall and the ceiling fixed up, making up a bunch of Glass Viewer to do it with, and we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out of here. Okay, I just wanted to throw a quick addendum on to the video, because after finishing this thing up, I took it for a spin out here in the Nether. Brought with me another zombie pigman shard, and I was flying along and I saw this. This is the spot where I bought it. I honestly never thought I'd find the spot again. And surprisingly enough, a zombie pigman was not wearing my gear as I expected. And so I've just been sending this stuff all back into the sorting system where I can pick it up later. This is great. I've actually managed to recover stuff that I really never thought I'd find again. And of course the reason it hadn't despawned in all these hours, because this happened like in mid-afternoon I believe it was, is that I wasn't in the Nether during that time, and this part of the Nether, you can tell by the coordinates here on F3, I'm a long way from spawn. Because the spawn coordinates in the Nether are very close to 0, 0. And so this area has not been loaded all that time. So I came in here, all this stuff was laying here, most of it in here, some down here. And so I've actually recovered stuff that I never thought I'd see again. How about that? Anyway, all's well that ends well, I guess.